Day 3, really simple. At 11 o'clock, I'm awaiting a call from Queer Eye, from the straight guy, for the straight guy. And so my girlfriend is a great partner, and so I'm thrilled to have her as a partner in my life. And she's elected me for Queer Eye because they're coming to Philadelphia. So I'm going to get a phone call pretty soon. I'm going to answer it. And yeah, I'm trying not to take it to let it over-determine my morning or or day or anything like that. And I'm also trying not to, but I am going to drink coffee. And I just ate a little bit of like a little bun that I made in the fryer, the pan. So, you know, blood sugar's up. I have caffeine pretty soon. Have a phone call. And just let it be. See if I'm a match or whatever for their show. So I wanted to check in before the call to talk about mental health, where I'm at. It's hard to convince myself that things are urgent, so I've been sleeping in. However, this morning, 9 o'clock. It's not terribly early at all. It's not terribly late either. And I'm doing laundry at the laundromat, so I just ran home while my stuff's in the dryer. I splurged and spent money on the dryer today. And I'm going to make some coffee, go back to the laundromat, have this phone call. Okay, see you on the other side. Bye. So that went alright. Not great. It's the feeling that when you are in the middle of something that you're losing it. So I felt like, but I think that guilt might be self-generating. And so once you become aware of that, it's hard to say. It's like when you're dreaming and something starts running. Are you controlling the running or not? And blah, blah, blah. So So I had a phone call with her name's Pamela from Queer Eye, and she does the casting, and it was okay. I think I have a lot of guilt for being privileged, so I try to kind of front load that conversation-wise, and in terms of an interview, it means you lose it, because obviously this person lacks humility, etc. I guess in theory it would be the opposite, right? Like, okay, this is what we have to work with. But I think the long and short is that this is someone who is in the middle of being humiliated, not someone who's done cooking. So, what did I disclose to her? She said, "What's your story?" I said, "Okay, well, I was, born Robert Kemiskerda. I started going by middle name when I was 23, and I did gymnastics as a kid." I think I said that. I played in bands and then got involved in graffiti, and I did graffiti, and then got involved in murals and art, and then that kind of snowballed, and I ended up going to art school. So I'm about to graduate with a bachelor's degree. So, oh, great, you know. So okay, cool. So that was okay. She said, "What's your dream job? What's your dream?" And I said, "Well," or "What's your plans?" I said, "Well, to get a job," or something like that. I said, "Oh, well, what's your dream?" I said, "Oh, okay, well, I want to paint in the park. You know those, like when you're on the beach in Florida and someone comes by and they're like selling doodads, but they're like made, like they made them. That I want to do that." So I said, "Yeah, I want to sell like small paintings, like dream paintings, and also paintings from life." She didn't sound too impressed with that, kind of. But that is what it is. In the really short term. So at least I need to exhaust that pipe dream before moving on to something else. Maybe something could be realistic, but at the same time, I mean, how can you beat being in nature all day and interacting with people? I think that's what I need to some extent. Even though I kind of went on about being alone in studio in my other blog, it's both, you know. You need some interaction. So that's how that went. And she said, "Okay, well, I'll let you know how casting will go and all this stuff." Alright. So it'll be a couple month process, and if I get a call back or an email back, then that means I'm a little more on the hook than I was. And I think I've done a good job of underselling myself, so I think it's nowhere but up in a way. The end, for now. I had a crit today. That was okay. My critic said, "All these paintings are bad. None of these are good paintings." Which, it's like, you know, damn it. Why at the end, like, thank you, that would have been a good place to start. I'm really happy we ended there. I'm happy we got there at all, because fucking duh, you know, they're bad paintings. Which I don't mean to like own it, like, I'm happy with my bad paintings and stuff like that. I try to paint really hard and I try to make images, so it's just a fucking bummer, I guess, because yeah, I mean, finally someone says it. It feels weird being good, because even though you work hard, you haven't worked hard enough and you know it, and this is called being hard on yourself, but also like, I know I could be painting now, and this eats me up all the time. Look, I mean, I'm making a video instead of painting. You know, in critiques it's talked about, are you scared of painting? I mean, yeah, I mean, kind of the answer is yes. Like, there's this guy, George Nick, who, I mean, painters are full of these quotes that are like so sensational, and it's just like, oh, come on, man, you know, you're painting, like, don't be so dramatic. But his quote is, painting is like jumping out of a moving train at 30 miles an hour. It's like, shut up. But also, yeah, it's, you know, there's no way to get into it. It's kind of like jumping in a cold pool. That's a less dramatic analogy, but, you know, it's a critical mass kind of thing. You gotta feel strong, and you could you can't kill the desire, but you can like fuck up images and be painting for no reason. Painting for no reason is stupid. It makes zero sense. Why am I painting? I think I'm painting to see the things that I see in my mind. I want to make them real. And so my critic was like, all these could have a next step. You know, what if you put a big X? This is such a cliche. Just put a big X through that big painting. And I respect him, and I think he's really smart. And he said that my painting sucks, so it's like I trust him. Daddy issues, JK. But so, I mean, I think he's right, but at the same time, what, now I'm gonna like go put X's through all my paintings, or like, he's like, yeah, just one more step, you know? It's not a good impression of him. He's not like that. He's a smart dude. He's real calculated. So it's like, okay, yeah, I respect that. At the same time, at the end of that crossing it out or whatever, it's that. That's the picture. Imagine that thing being reproduced and sent around, and people say, "Oh my God, he was so brave to cross out his image." That's fucking dumb, you know. And I couldn't own that right now. You know, that's the problem. It's like you get an idea. He's also telling me, oh, on your shelves. I'll show you my shelves in the background. Yeah, your sculptures, you could hang your sculptures on the bottoms of the shelves. You know, he's like, your art is about art, which is true. Your art is about, you know, anti-art and aesthetics, which is totally true. I can't readily pick up the solutions that he gives me and just apply them and have them mean anything. So I'm kind of in a fun nowhere land. And the painters I respect the most, Sean Landers, I've probably already mentioned. I just kind of, this critic actually is the one who told me about Sean Landers. And today he told me about, I'll have to remember his name later. He did the Wowie Zowie album cover for Pavement, but I forgot his name at the moment. He does $5 paintings for like his whole life. He paints 100 paintings a day and they're $5. You know, this is really cool. Aside from the Wowie Zowie guy, Sean Landers has ended up making pictures, and that means so much to me. They're thin, they're beautiful. They don't destroy themselves in a way that screams, "This is modern. I'm brave." You can be brave in a picture. You're more likely to be brave in a picture, because pictures are terrifying. They mean something, and when you look at them, they read. When you look at someone's, you know, breaststroke, maybe a bad example. I don't know if I'm a geek for the brushstroke. I do believe you want to see the artist in the painting. You want to see who made it. But anyway, a picture is what everyone sees. You know, I don't want that to be shaken out of me. I do like abstract art. That's the end for now. It's just gonna digress and digress, and my camera's running out of battery, and I have to edit these things, and it's gone bad so far. My files are too large, so I have to figure out. I think I'm gonna start shooting this on my phone until I figure out Premiere Pro a little bit better. All right, that's the blog for tonight, and it's been a good day. Bye.